Okay, the court is in session in two cases. First case is cause number 326-948. Second case is cause number 327-118. Both cases are styled as State of Texas versus Dwayne Joseph Brown. Mr. Brown, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Brown, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Brown?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. Mr. Brown, I have before, well, Mr. Brown, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Peter Dahl. Mr. Dahl, how are you doing?
Pretty fair, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Brown, I have before me a document that is titled Information. In this information, it alleges that on or about April 25th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft, and the cause number is 326-948. Now, Mr. Brown, to this charge of theft, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
No contest? Now,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Brown, are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, I have before me a document that is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials, and the initials are DB on a line next to a box that is checked nolla contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defender. Did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
I have another document before me. This document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. At the bottom of this document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I have just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, no objection.
No objections from the defense, so State's Exhibits Number 1 and 2 will be admitted. Mr. Dahl, you have advised and counseled Mr. Brown in this case. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None.
Mr. Brown, your attorney, Mr. Dahl, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
60 days county jail. Mr. Brown has credit for 60 days time served, so court costs to be taxed and retired. And also in consideration for the plea in this case, Mr. Brown's other cause number 327 118 will be dismissed.
Mr. Brown,
Yes, sir.
in cause number 326948, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you would not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $327, but you will not have to pay the court cost because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. And in consideration of this plea, the state will be dismissing cause number 327118. Mr. Brown, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Brown, this will conclude your cases. You can follow the bailiff and you have a blessed day.
Y'all too, sir.
And Mr. Dahl, this will conclude your cases. You're free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
All right,
You're
thank you.
good.